to ThinkGeek This Week. I am Bianca. I almost said Jeff, but I'm not Jeff. That's Jeff. Oh, is this not going to introduce himself? He was like, no.
You sure? You're not Jeff today?
I'm not Jeff today.
Hey, look, I did the thing.
You did the thing right next to our beautiful mic.
Hey, sorry everybody, I'm Jeff, and I forget how volume buttons work on iPads.
We're also using a new mic today, so please let us know in the comments if for some reason the sound is weird, or if it's better. If it's better, which is what we hope, please let us know.
Hey, better's better.
Tell me how much you can hear Mark talking.
Yes.
Mark is the computer, for anybody who's wondering who is Mark.
Mark is what we named our beautiful computer that runs our streaming services, and he just really is unhappy today, and he's making a lot of noises. And we hear you, Mark. We appreciate what you're saying. We would like you to please shut up, but
because what Mark is saying is he's in computer language. What he's saying is the fan in my power supply is hitting a cable, and you need to fix me. That's what he's saying to us. We're just ignoring him.
We are ignoring it.
It's fine. It's gonna be. It probably is fine.
I mean, it probably shouldn't catch on fire much.
Hopefully. Hey, if the stream goes dead in the middle, he probably caught on fire. We are actually going to talk about a lot of technology today. We're going to go over some stuff that was released at CES. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll find a new computer to replace Mark.
Oh, womp womp. We can't replace him. There's other technology, too. You know, there's technology. We have a website. Mm-hmm. It's at ThinkGeek.com. That is the technology. And this week, we did launch our Valentine's Day Gift Center.
We did.
Which has other amazing technology on it, like paper.
Yes, it does have paper on it.
You can get cards on it, which is technology because it's got paper that's folded, which uses machines.
I suppose so. But the best part about this paper that Jeff is doing a terrible job of explaining is that on the paper we have created some beautiful geeky Valentines that you can print out for free, no charge. You don't have to buy them. You just print them out because if you're like me, you're going to forget to get people Valentines until February 13th, and then you're going to be like, oh crap, I need Valentine's really bad and I need them immediately. Well, we have you covered, and they're all geek themed. My favorite one has a little heart with 3 dots in it, and it says you auto-complete me.
That is, I think that's my favorite one too.
It's very good. They are available actually on our blog, so that's thinkgeek.com/blog. There's a whole blog post about how you can print them out and everything. There's like 5 different ones, I think, so you have a variety, so there should be something for everybody.
Yeah. If you don't follow us on the blog, you definitely should. We've been trying to post a lot more stuff. Mm-hmm. And hopefully it's good and cool stuff that you like.
You can read all about our 2017 favorite pieces of consumable media, some of which sparked quite a bit of debate in the comment section, so let us know what your picks would be. We have a lot of really cool content on there coming out.
Come tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how the internet works, right? Like the internet is a vehicle to tell people why they're wrong about things.
I did say in the social post, I said, please reply with your polite and well-reasoned arguments, but for some reason, people did not follow those directions.
Smash the keyboard.
Exactly.
Smash it.
There was a lot of keyboard smashing.
Yeah, so we do have those cards, and you should check them out. They're great. They're a lot of fun.
And if you're looking for something to sort of supplement your card on Valentine's Day, maybe a physical gift object of some sort, we've got you covered there too. As Jeff mentioned, we launched the Valentine's Day Gift Center. It should be very easy to find from our homepage. There's a navigation bar, and it says right there, Valentine's Day. You just click it, you go there, and we have everything you could possibly need. We're going to go over some of those products later, but they're very, very cool.
Well, first, let's talk about what happened out in beautiful, sunny Las Vegas.
Sunny Las Vegas. I will tell you that none of the people who attended CES, which happened in Las Vegas, probably saw the sun.
No.
They were just all inside that big convention hall.
CES is the strangest place. I've been to CES a lot of times, and what you don't know about CES if you've never been to CES.
I have never been to CES.
Okay, so if you've never been to CES, here's what you don't know. Here's the secret they don't tell you. CES is huge. I mean, it is massive. So if you've never even, if you are unfamiliar with the Las Vegas Convention Center, it is gargantuan. It is like, it's one of the bigger convention centers that there is. There's numbers of halls and there's multiple floors, and you can walk forever in it. It's like being in a casino, kind of like in that sense that it just goes on and on and on and on and on.
And you have no concept of time.
And there's like 3 or 4 really cool things that happen in a CES, and that's sort of like the relative scale of that, of the cool thing to the big thing is like 1 can in the grocery store. Is like 1 can
really cool,
of
and
soup,
everyone is
and
just
everything
around
else
it.
is just existing around it.
Yes.
And you can walk through something like, I don't know, 10 million corridors at least that have HDMI cables and USB cables and like stuff that you have seen since Radio Shack was in business, just millions of them everywhere. And there's people like, I have HDMI cables. Do you need HDMI cables? And just zillions of them.
Are they better HDMI?
They're HDMI cables.
They're
just HDMI cables. Okay. And then there's like, I don't know, the last time I was there, which was I guess like 2016 or so, I guess it was 2015. There's I don't know, probably like a football field full of drones and stuff.
That was the big thing in 2015.
It's just like the most massive collection of consumer goods. I mean, consumer electronics, but they're sort of like clumped together by type, and so you have just these vast expanses of things. But for some reason, people still think that things like batteries and HDMI cables and USB cables and phone cases still have a place.
Get all those phone cases.
Still have a place in a show like this, and they just go on forever.
That's so bizarre to me.
It's the weirdest show. And then you hear about all these cool things like this, like Razer announcing this Project Linda, right? This phone to computer contraption, which is something that people have been dreaming of for ages. I mean, it came out with the Ubuntu phone years ago.
Man, that's a throwback.
It was a cool concept, right?
Jeff.
So I know. So it was like the idea that you have a phone and it's powerful enough to go from sort of like pocket to desktop, and you plug it into some sort of a dock, and then it becomes the device that you use on your desktop, which I think is great, and I would love that to be the way that we do everything. And so then you can take your everything with you forever.
Right. There's no more syncing cables and any of that. Your phone is your computer.
Yeah, and your phone is powerful enough to run the stuff, so that would be great. So Razer's got this Project Linda now, and it's the docking system, so your phone sort of like lives under the trackpad for that one.
It doesn't live under the trackpad. Your phone actually becomes
the trackpad. Even better.
It's very cool. So the actual, I guess you can call it like a dock, sort of.
Yeah.
It's basically this house for your smartphone, and in this case, particularly the new Razer phone, to live in. And you just plug it in, and your phone goes where the trackpad is, and then the rest of the dock is a laptop. Now there's some extra stuff inside there, like I believe there's an extra graphics processor to just keep the screen running and things like that. It charges your phone, but it's really cool.
That's the key part right there. It keeps that battery at 100%, so you don't have to have the anxiety of what happens when the battery drops down.
Exactly, and then your phone is just your computer. Anything that you do while you're at this laptop docking station obviously affects the phone because you're all working on the same device, and it's using the same interface. So you take the phone out and you have your standard Android phone interface, and then you plug it in, and it's the same interface, but it's been edited and modified so that it looks like a desktop-friendly interface. So it's really cool.
So that's really cool, and that's like 10 feet away from 74 miles of HDMI cables. That's CES. All the cables that you ever need.
Well, there you go. There was also something really cool. It's called Black Box VR. It is a new startup, and it is the first VR gym. Now, I have some reservations about this. Okay, so here's the concept. The concept is VR is this awesome technology. It's been around for a while, but we've certainly made it a lot better in recent years. We've had Oculus, we've had the HTC Vive, we've got the PlayStation VR, all
Virtual Boy.
Yeah, obviously, forgot that one off the list. Don't know how. So we've made it so much better in the past few years that now people are starting to use VR for non-video game purposes, which is very cool. And the first one that I've heard of that's really starting to take off is this VR gym. So Black Box is the first VR gym. It's opening in, of course, California. And the concept is you put the headset on and you do your workout, but instead of like staring at sweaty Jeff in front of me, who's
Sweaty
running on a
Jeff.
treadmill, I get to look at a beautiful like Amazon jungle rainforest, or I could be running from zombies, or I can gamify it or something like that. And the concept in itself is cool. However, like, why would I want to put on this headset that 100 other very sweaty people...
I'm gonna be real with you. This seems like a literal hell to me. Like, I can think of no fewer than like 724 ways right now that I could die while wearing this thing. Like, you're bench pressing and you knock it down in your face and you choke to death on it. You're running and you've got like a shoebox basically strapped to your head and you're running and it's going up and down like this and it weighs 3 pounds. It's pretty amazing to me that somebody would even consider doing this. But more power to you if you were willing to do hot and sweaty exercise with a big plastic television attached to your face.
100% certain you are not supposed to bench press with it on.
You're not supposed to do it. You sit in a chair when you wear the VR face mask.
I'm pretty sure that it is for cardio. But we'll have to see. It is actually already starting to open in California, which is very interesting. My thought is, you've heard of athlete's foot, and I'm pretty sure this just puts it on your athlete's face.
Yeah, it's athlete's face for sure.
Athlete's face.
Womp womp. No, thank you. I mean, maybe if somebody's into it, I'm not. It's not for me.
Let us know in the comments what you think. Would you put a sweaty VR headset on your face to work out?
Yeah, would you run with a big plastic box on your head?
Now,
that sounds great.
I think that in the future when VR is even better than it is now, where you're just looking through some sort of visual interface that's very like lightweight, it'll be great and that'll be fun, and instead of having to think about how long I have left to run, I can just run from zombies for my life.
Perfect.
And that'll be great, but maybe we're not there yet, but we'll see. I mean, I guess you have to take the first step somewhere.
Lots of folks here saying that they're not into the exercise. We've got hashtag athlete's face, John Fraser. That's great.
I see Heather Dreyer says I have the vibe and I don't even like to let my friends use their sweat
Yeah,
on
no
it.
kidding. I wouldn't even want to use. So I get like weapons grade motion sickness when I put on a.
Oh, so there's vomit in it too. No.
Well, no, it doesn't go over your mouth, but I don't even want to wear my own sweat. On the face thing. Like, I just, no, thank you.
No.
It sounds, yeah, Sarah says gross, no. And my sentiments exactly.
Exactly. And just like, without having ever experienced this, I can imagine exactly what it is like to put on that, like, sticky, wet pleather onto your face. I know exactly what that feels like. I don't need to experience it in real life. It's not good.
A couple people saying they're having some trouble with the link for entering the contest. If you're try just typing it in. If you're clicking on it, it's not working. Just type it in. It's bit.ly/TGTW011218.
It's the date. It's not.
It's the date.
It's not a secret code.
Look, my question is, why did you start with the 0? Why'd you add that extra 0?
In case we needed it later. I like to.
Because we have versatility.
Sure. Okay.
Versatility.
Okay, sure.
Always be versatile.
I guess so.
Okay, so the next thing from CES is the Toyota e-Pallet, a self-driving train car. Mobile or office retail space.
So it's train car in quotes because it's on wheels like a car. It's not on a track, but it resembles
train-esque.
Yeah, like a Mark train car.
Yeah.
Mark is not also our computer, but our local like train thing in Maryland,
It's the
which
Maryland
is what I grew
area.
Mark. M-A-R-C. Anyway. That's what I grew up with, and that's why I said it that way.
No, it's definitely like that. I mean, or those buses with the flexi bits in the middle. So they're envisioning it as a ride sharing opportunity. They've got some partners already. They've got Pizza Hut, Uber, Mazda, Amazon, and Didi.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I. But if you do, let us know. We haven't looked yet. And then it's coming in 2020.
It is coming in 2020, and I don't know if any of you, like me, binged through the entire recent season of Black Mirror, but boy howdy, there's an episode about a self-driving pizza truck, and very horrifying, terrible things happen in that episode, and it looks like they're already coming true, so life is a living nightmare.
What if they started making, like, you used to see them a lot, but not so much anymore, those the boxes that you get, like, the newspaper out of?
Yeah, like a mailbox?
The vending...
It's the word you're looking for. Mailbox.
Like the vending machines for the newspapers.
That would be, like, next to a phone booth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're not that common anymore.
Yeah.
It would be great if we had those with pizzas in them. Like you're just like walking down the street and you could just like put in some money and open up the door and there'd be a hot pizza.
So I think that they
That's
have those
CES.
in Japan.
CES 2019, get on it.
is Pizza Hut vending machine. I'm sure that already exists, but this is actually much cooler than a pizza vending machine because it's a mobile workspace or a ride-sharing opportunity or whatever you want it to be, or it's a demon pizza truck that runs over you and then bad stuff happens.
Okay, that could happen.
That one's from Black Mirror.
Meanwhile, NVIDIA doing some cool stuff as well.
Yes, NVIDIA announced their BFGD monitor.
Big, fat, giant.
Nope. You might think that it's a different sort of acronym.
It's not a Duke Nukem reference for anybody who's wondering.
It is the big format gaming display.
Not
the other F that you were thinking.
Big, friendly, giant.
Shame on
Format.
Format. You were thinking format?
I was.
Okay. So it's basically, you may think, well, what's a large format gaming monitor? That's just a TV. And you're not wrong. Basically, in the U.S., in order to sell a TV as a TV, it has to have what's called a TV tuner, which basically means it can take, like, cable, which no one has ever used in the past 5 years ever for any reason. So basically, they're now starting to sell TVs without TV tuners. They're monitors. But the great thing about this is it is a very large screen that is made specifically for gaming. So if you play a lot of console games or you play PC games with large monitors, then you know how important refresh rate is, you know how important input lag is. When you're playing competitive shooters, having a high refresh rate monitor that doesn't have any input lag is key to being the top of the leaderboard. So now NVIDIA has released what is essentially a very large screen TV that has gaming in mind. It has no input lag, it has high refresh rate, so you're going to get the best that you can get out of your TV. It's very expensive, but it seems like maybe eventually it will trickle down into something more affordable for us plebeians to use.
Have you ever thought about just being rich?
Just having more
money.
money.
I think about it all the time.
If you could just just have more money.
If I could just
why
have
don't
more
you just
money.
have more of it?
Okay, let me write that down in my dream journal. Have more money.
Yeah. So
in fact, Jeff, I believe that you are the person in this room that is most capable of giving me more money. So.
I may be the most capable person in this room, but that puts
Jeff,
me like
my boss, everyone.
That puts me at something like the level of capability of maybe 2 to 3% more than you, because I don't set the budget.
I know. Anyway, it's very cool that NVIDIA BFGD, big format, friendly gaming display giant. I'm pretty sure that was the acronym that they wanted to use.
It was. And then occasionally you do see some pretty interesting medical stuff that comes out of CES. A few years ago, kind of when the Fitbit craze was taking off, like wearable fitness stuff was a big thing, and there were some really interesting things that took off there too for sort of like more medical stuff and just tracking how much you step. So here's a company called Zenoma. They're coming up with the eSkin pajamas, and these are for sort of dementia patients. Is one of the ideas here. They are smart fabric that help sort of do observations on people rather than have to keep them confined to a room for something. So they take readings. They don't require any gels or liquids to keep in contact with the person's skin.
Yep, that's the most interesting part.
Yeah, so you just you just get some of that Ready Player One shampoo that takes all your hair off, and you just strap into these, and that's it.
You throw on a pair of jammies and you're ready to go. It monitors your vitals. It lets people know where you are. It's great for dementia patients who walk around, or it's also great for nonverbal patients who maybe can't tell people when they're in distress. So that's a really cool thing. And also, they're just comfy jammies.
Perfect. So there's a lot of stuff that happened at CES. Of course, you can certainly read on the internet about all of it. But we're gonna wrap up and go on to some other stuff that happened in not electronics.
In not electronics.
That's not true. Is that possible?
It is possible. There are 7 new species of spiders.
No, move on. I don't want to look at spiders.
Well,
Spider Bro.
If you weren't scared by all of the crazy stuff coming out of CES that's eventually going to take over the world, now we're giving you 7 new spiders. They were found in, I believe, northern Brazil by a bunch of South American scientists outside of a coal mine. And what is so cool about these spiders is, one, they're very cute. They're very small. They're only 2 millimeters large, and the little close-up pictures of them are really adorable. But they all have literary names. So I'm going to read them to you, and let's see if you can identify where all of them are from. So we have Varus. We have Atlaknacha. I hope I spelled that pronounced that correctly. We have, now this is I think the hardest one because it's a translated name into Portuguese. It's Laracna, which is Shalab in Portuguese. We've got Aragog. We've got Miss Spider, Misspider.
Just one word.
Just one word. We have Charlotte, and we have the Ungoliant.
Yep. These were in Brazil.
These are in Brazil, and those are all literary spider names. In fact, 2 of them are from the same universe. Let us know in the comments if you know where they're from. There are a lot of really good ones, and my favorite, I'm just going to give it away. Miss Spider is actually like a children's book that I read growing up, and I can't believe that anybody else read it, and also, it's now the name of a real spider, which is adorable.
There's also another spider that I just want to plug from Brazil. Just give a little,
Jeff is going in on that.
bump.
He's going to plug his favorite spider.
My favorite spider.
Alright, tell us what the hashtag is, Jeff.
Hashtag Brazilian blue tarantula.
Okay.
So
what makes it so special?
If you're...
Is it blue, Jeff?
OMG, it's blue. It's the bluest spider you've ever seen. I don't know. Like, look, if you're creeped out by spiders, you probably aren't going to think this is a very cool spider, but he's like this beautiful sapphire blue. It's really cool.
He's beautiful, but he doesn't have a name like Aragog.
And no, he doesn't. He's wickedly venomous, which is maybe not great. Anyway.
I don't love the thought of that.
But it's pretty to look at on a computer screen, so if you want to find a Brazilian blue spider, man, that's tough to say. Yep. You should look it up on Google Images because he's cool.
I literally didn't build in any spider pics because I didn't want to look at any of them.
I know, but they're the really cute ones, you know, that look like they're almost like furry puppies a little bit.
Oh.
With like 12 eyes.
So also some Marvel stuff happened?
Marvel stuff. I literally named this part of the segment Marvel stuff.
With a capital S and a capital T.
Well, that
for good measure.
That was a typo.
Yeah, so Black Panther. Fandango's announced that the pre-sales of the Black Panther have sold more than any Marvel Studios film in history. People love the Black Panther.
I am so excited about this movie. I'm so excited.
The previous record holder was Captain America Civil War, and Black Panther surpassed it in only one day, just 24 hours, which is crazy. Tickets are on sale now. The movie comes out on February 16th. Let us know if you are as hyped for Black Panther as Bianca is.
So hyped.
And have you got your tickets yet? If not, why not? Get over to Fandango and get your tickets.
We also have a lot of really cool Black Panther stuff on the website now, and there's more coming. But the stuff that we've released in the past 2 weeks is awesome, so I highly recommend checking it out at ThinkGeek.com. Also...
There's another movie?
There's another thing in the Marvel stuff, otherwise I would have just
Black
Black
Widow?
Panther.
Another black animal?
Yeah,
and a spider.
Black Widow movie.
Yeah, Black Widow. It's early in development.
It is early in development. Marvel Studios has hired a scriptwriter finally, so that means we're seeing some movement. But before they hired the scriptwriter of Jack Schaefer, boy, I spelled that wrong.
What did you write?
I did write
Schwefer.
Schwefer.
Sorry, they hired Jack Schaefer, which I do know the name.
That is a person.
From my brain. To write the script. But before they did that, they sat down with Scarlett Johansson, who's played Black Widow in all of the Marvel's Avengers movies, and sort of asked where she wanted to see the movie going, and that means that she's clearly going to be the star, which is great. And I'm really excited about where this is going. I've always wanted a Black Widow movie. We're getting a Black Panther movie. We're getting a Black Widow movie. We've had so many great Marvel movies in the past year, and 2018 is shaping up to be really amazing with Infinity War coming out
on May 4th.
May 4th. So we'll get a little Black Widow fix because the Black Widow movie doesn't even have a release date yet. It's probably far, far in the future. But it's happening, and that gives me the warm spider fuzzies.
Fuzzy spider fuzzies.
Jeff, I just want you to know, people in the comments did look up your blue spider, and they said it's very pretty. It's very
He's
blue.
great, right?
Don't feed into his weird spider hype, because before we sat down to do this show, he made us look at this spider for like a good 5 minutes.
It was not a good 5 minutes. It was definitely no more than 4. And I don't really have spider hype at all. Actually, I'm not actually a big fan of spiders. I don't really care for them at all.
You like this
spider? I like this spider because it's real blue.
All right, I'm gonna get you.
So let's see what we have going on in here in chat here. We'll talk to everybody for a minute here. Bianca's gonna get us set up. We're gonna play a game. I'm not gonna screw up any food.
Well,
today,
first
though.
we're gonna do our slurps.
Are we gonna do slurps first?
All right.
Okay. All right. We'll do slurps first. Let's slurp.
Let's slurp.
Hi guys.
Oh, I don't know if they can see you.
Hello. Are we back?
Oh shoot.
We were going to put Erin on the spot because today Erin was being very snarky and saying, you don't ever let me have a slurp. So Erin's going to have a slurp today. So she's going to have about 30 seconds to come up with one while we talk about ours. Bianca, what's your slurp?
All right, my slurp of the week is an anime called Made in Abyss that I just started watching. It was recently added to Amazon Prime after they sort of shut down their Amazon Strike channel and just added everything. They gave it to everybody who has Amazon Prime, so I'm very thankful for that. It is a sort of Ghibli-esque anime, and it starts out as, an adventure. A bunch of young kids, I think they're like 12, are exploring this deep hole that was found in the middle of the ocean on an island that has no bottom that anyone has ever found. And there's like a whole city and an economy based around cave diving in this hole. And so they start exploring and things happen, and then you find out that this hole is just full of nightmares and bad things, and it's very good. So I highly recommend it if you have Amazon Prime, or I don't know who in the world doesn't, but if you don't, maybe consider trying to find Made in Abyss somewhere on the internet for obviously legal ways.
Space in space abyss.
MADE space IN space abyss.
ABYSS.
ABYS. I know how to spell abyss, but I feel like they understood that it wasn't made in MAIDEN. Yes. I had to think about it a little bit.
All right. Good.
That was my slurp.
It's very good.
Thank you.
Mine is throwback. Mine's gonna be Streets of Rage 2 because I've been playing a bunch of Genesis this week. It's real good.
So what is it?
Streets of Rage is a totally nonsensical side-scrolling like arcade-style beat-em-up game. I mean, it's sort of reminiscent of like.
So Jeff, this is a game made for you.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's just nonsense, and there's robots. This is like taking over the mayor. The plot is the most ludicrous and insane thing that has ever happened, and I do love it.
Okay, could someone who has played this game try and give us a plot synopsis in the comments? Because Jeff is doing a terrible job, and I want to know.
The mayor gets replaced by a robot, and so that means you've got to fight through 7 stages of like millions of street thugs whom you just punch and kick because reasons, and then there's the mayor, and then whoops, you fight the mayor. It's weird.
That sounds great.
I'm not saying that there's a lot of story to it, but it's like the controls are really good. A lot of those sort of like 16-bit era arcade beat 'em ups did not have great controls, especially on consoles. They were just
we've come a long way.
There was just like too much going on screen, and the processing sort of like bogged it down. So anyway, the controls are great. You have 3 different characters that you can pick from. Blaze is obviously the character that everybody should pick, obviously.
Blaze,
Blaze is lady.
That girl.
Yeah, so
I've played this game.
Bianca knows what's up. So you go through, you punch, you kick, you jump around, you jump kick, you just beat up a whole lot of people. Look, I'm not saying it's like high class entertainment, but man, it is fun and it's very satisfying, and I have sure enjoyed playing it again.
Excellent.
Erin, what's your slurp of the week?
Hi guys, it's me, Erin. First of all, a lot of you are asking what slurp of the week is.
Oh, fair.
We have a bunch of people who are watching for the first time. Slurp of the week, we just came up with a random word, slurp, and it is the best or thing you're most excited about.
Most favoritist.
Your most favoritist thing that happened that week. So
you don't ask what slorp is. You just let it embrace
Just
you.
let it fill your heart.
Thank you, Michelle.
You get it. Michelle gets it.
My slurp of the week, because they finally let me have one, is
you can have one whenever you want. No one's stopping you.
Is the Netflix show Dark. I watched it in 3 days. It's a German show that's sci-fi and
horror.
Suspense,
horror,
thriller. Is it horror?
Look, I just started watching it last night, and I watched 3 episodes, and yes, it's horror, which is fine.
I don't know. I didn't find it particularly frightening. I would say thriller. It's more like the call is coming from inside the house than it is like Jigsaw has you trapped in a puzzle room that's gonna murder you. Or a guy with a chainsaw. I can't debate this without spoilers, but Aaron and I are going to have a very heated discussion about this in 10 minutes. Anyway, it's very good. I'm a big fan. I watched it in German with the English subtitles because I'm not a huge fan of the English dub, but you guys are welcome to do whatever you want. No judgments. Not going to yuck anyone's yums. But yeah, that's my slurp.
Good job.
Slurp. You did it. All right, it's time for games.
Games. We're not going to play, what was the game that we played last week? What was it called?
Overcooked.
Overcooked. We're not going to play Overcooked. We're going to play Spank the Yeti.
Spank the Yeti. This is a game that if you are watching us and you enjoy watching us play it, we do have it available on ThinkGeek.com right now. So
it could be yours. You could play it.
Yours. So we're going to give you a little bit of a demo. And Spank the Yeti is basically like that party game that everyone knows and loves. That has a office inappropriate name, but what was the alternative that you gave?
Wed, Bed, Dead.
Yes.
There you go.
It's more appropriate for young baby ears.
Yes, Wed, Bed, Dead. It's very similar to that. So if you can extrapolate from whatever that is to its real name, then you'll have a great idea of what this game is. So, shall we begin?
We shall begin. So what are we going to do here?
Alright, so the white cards are the like verb thing that you're doing, and the blue cards are the object.
Okay.
And then if I recall, Aaron, you pick 3?
Yes.
And 3 of each, and then you put them all together into the
And you have to guess what the other person, how they would have matched them up.
Got it. Okay. So I'm picking mine. Take my top 3 here, set these down for a second. Because I'm out of hands and space.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh boy. Oh boy. At least they're all,
oh man.
Some of them are work appropriate.
Did you pull from the section that said work appropriate?
I did.
Oh, well, sometimes they get there.
Hey, I'm going to have to re-pull one of these, I do believe. I think, yeah, that's better.
Maybe you're just sensitive.
I think not. Okay, so should I read you my actions, Aaron?
Yes, please.
Okay. Action number 1. Give a piggyback ride to.
Yes.
I'm into that. This next action, I really am anti.
Okay.
Elect as president.
Okay.
Elect as president.
I just don't want to do that.
I feel like somebody played this game.
And number 3.
Leave it there.
Give an atomic wedgie to.
Do you feel positively or negatively about that? You're giving it.
I mean, it seems kind of mean.
Okay. All right, give me your people.
Do you want my people?
I want your people.
Martha Stewart.
Okay.
Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Katy Perry.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a really...
That's a powerful lady lineup.
It is, and it's kind of funny.
I don't want to give an atomic wedgie to any of them.
I mean, it's kind of funny that like I did pull 3 like sort of famous celebrity type ladies.
Yes, you did.
So not all the cards are famous celebrity ladies for anybody who's playing it for the first time.
Okay, so
let me assort these here.
I'm not gonna look.
So it was Martha Stewart, Taylor Swift, and Katy Perry.
Katy Perry, yes.
Guys, I'm writing these in live.
Oh
so
man.
Don't judge my spelling.
I really like how give an atomic wedgie to, and then it's Katy Perry right on the bottom. So you just wrote it there.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can swap these around. That's my skill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
I've made my selections.
All right. I think that you're going to elect Martha Stewart as president.
Okay.
Atomic wedgie to Taylor Swift, and piggyback ride to Katy Perry.
Well, 1 out of 3 is not great.
Oh
No!
But to be fair, if you get the one wrong, you've got to get another one wrong. This is the way it works, right? So elect as president, Martha Stewart.
Good choice.
I did pick that because I think Martha Stewart, like, let me go on record stating, I think Martha Stewart would be a terrible president. I do think that she would be less terrible, however, than either Katy Perry or Taylor Swift.
She used to be an investment banker before
the
things that she
So
did.
you can't be elected president until you're 35, legally. So
yes.
I don't know if Katy Perry is 35 yet, but I know that Taylor Swift is for sure not. So anyway,
that's true.
So
I don't know about Katy
so they got disqualified, but I would give a piggyback ride to Taylor Swift.
Really?
I would, and I would give the atomic wedgie to Katy Perry because let me tell you what. Because I have my 9-year-old daughter really likes Katy Perry, and I was sort of like on the ambivalent side about Katy Perry until I heard it 86 trillion zillion times. Now, nope, she gets an atomic wedgie because I've had enough of Katy Perry.
Do you ever feel like a
plastic bag?
Plastic
oh,
bag?
Come on.
I couldn't remember if it was paper or plastic.
I don't even know what that means. But
you
anyway,
have never heard that song?
I've heard the song.
Okay.
I don't know what it means.
Oh, I see.
I don't get it. My brain is too small.
Okay.
Okay, Bianca, what do you got?
Someone says Katy Perry's 33, so she can't be president.
See, yeah, that's right.
Go.
So that was it.
2 more years, guys.
All
right, here we go.
2 more years.
2 more years. Actually, that is the election cycle, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's keep going.
All right, I'm going to do my verbs first.
Okay, go.
We have lure into a van.
Great.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite pastimes. We have hurl into a volcano.
Hurl. Like, that's such a great verb, isn't it?
Yes. I feel very positively about that.
Yeah.
And then hot tub time travel with.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've never seen that movie.
Really?
I really haven't.
Huh.
All right. I'm giving Aaron time to build out my verbs.
No, I can type fast. This
You're
is
good?
great. Yeah.
All right, here we go. We have Freddy Krueger.
Great.
We have Britney Spears.
I'm sorry about spelling.
You should be.
Did you spell it right?
I don't know if it's I-E or Y.
Krueger.
It's fine. I don't care.
Everything is fine.
Who's second?
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears.
No, that's spelled wrong too, Aaron.
That is for sure. And then
I-T-N-E-Y.
Jeff knows how to spell Britney. Of course he does.
What?
And then
What?
I-T-N-E-Y.
No. Yeah.
There you go.
There you
That's
go.
weird.
That's the way Britney is spelled half of the time.
Continue.
Guy Fieri.
Ooh.
I spelled that one right. Know that man.
You know that man.
Going to Flavor Town.
Yeah. Would you hot tub time travel with Guy Fieri to Flavor Town?
Why do you have to
Flavor
ruin-
Town is just a time. It's not even a place. It's a
Flavor
whole
Town is a
time.
and place.
Okay.
Flavor Town is everything. All right, hold on. No, I don't want you to. Freak
These
me
are
out.
tough.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to. That seems like a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right, tell me your guesses. Also, guess in the comments because I want to see what you guys.
Yeah, what do you guys
choose.
think Bianca would pick? I think, man, I can't separate myself from this one at all.
I'm too close to it.
Look,
Yeah.
I would definitely get in a hot tub time machine with Guy Fieri.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
There's just no other way around it, and I'm gonna have to vote for that.
Okay, I'm sorry. No.
No?
No.
Okay. Then I guess we're gonna lure into a van, Britney Spears, hurl into the volcano, Freddy Krueger.
You're just wrong on all fronts.
Really?
You're very wrong.
So let me guess. Let me think about this for a second. So you're gonna put Freddy into the van, I bet.
Oh, I put Freddy right in that van.
You put Freddy in the van, and you went time traveling with Britney Spears?
I did. Can you imagine
And you would
going
put-
back to the time in which Britney Spears was at her peak? Not saying that she's like descending or anything. Look, I'm a big Britney fan, but I'm saying like go back to mid-90s Britney. That would be a hell of a ride, my friends.
So you're
gonna throw Guy Fieri in a volcano?
I am throwing that man in a volcano.
You leave that poor man alone.
No. I'm throwing him and his spice into that spicy volcano is what I'm doing.
Oh, no.
I don't like this.
Alright, so Guy Fieri's in a volcano. I'm time traveling with Britney Spears back to the mid-90s. And I'm luring Freddy Krueger into a van, but really it's
But
just...
why?
Look,
what are you going to do in a van with Freddy Krueger
road
besides get gloved?
Here's my thought. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger is going to try and kill me, right? But I'm like, Freddy Krueger, have this free van. This is yours now. I'm leaving.
Okay.
This is now
You've clearly not seen these movies.
This is now your special predatory van, and this is for
No.
you. And now
Freddy
I'm
Krueger
leaving.
doesn't need a van.
Well, what
That's
if
the...
he doesn't need one, but he wants one.
I don't know.
It's got flames on the side.
Look, that's Guy Fieri's van that you're giving away, I think.
Guy Fieri's van to Freddy Krueger.
That's where he carries
and
the
it is an
spice to
improvement.
Flavortown. I can't agree with these decisions.
Okay.
Well, that's Spank the Yeti.
Yes.
You all know what it is now. It's a lot of fun. We
is.
have it on our site. We try to sort out some of the not safe for work stuff so that we can play it safely on the stream with everybody.
But there is some not safe for work.
Yeah, so it's a pretty fun party game if you're hanging out with your friends. And
People
you wanna
are
play a party
very,
game.
in the comments, very upset with you, Bianca.
That's because Bianca's wrong. This is like, it's just not the right answer.
Hurl that man
We're
into a
gonna-
volcano because
so
it was
what we're
the
gonna
only
do-
choice. And then my only other thing was, of course, I want to go in a hot tub time machine with Britney Spears back to the mid-90s.
No, you want to go literally anywhere with Guy Fieri.
No!
Literally
He's
anywhere.
terrible.
He'll take you to all the diners, drive-ins, and dives.
I don't
And
want
throughout
to go
history.
To there.
Okay. This is done. We're going to talk about stuff that happened in products because I just can't anymore. I need
Did
a
I
palate
turn it
cleanser.
on?
You did. But it's like real bright and we're sitting in front of the lights. So, okay. So we did talk about our Valentine's Day gift center, which launched this week, and there's some really cool stuff on it. There are, we have done for a long time now plush bouquets, so they're bouquets of small plush things. They are very cute, very adorable. They make a great gift for anybody, really. I mean, we bring out new ones usually around some of the sort of like flower-giving holidays, I would say. But they're great.
Valentine's is generally like the time in which we introduce.
Yeah, and Mother's Day too.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got some new ones this year. There are planetary plush bouquet. There are corgis, kittens, unicorns, books. There are some Star Wars ones. There are science and chemistry plush bouquets,
Well,
and there
science
are dragons.
chemistry, yeah.
Yes, chemistry as a function in science. So they're very cool. They're large. They come in a really nice box. They make a great gift for anybody, not just at Valentine's Day, but if you are at Valentine's Day, then hey, it's a great opportunity and see who they are.
So they come in this really nice box, and then inside of the box they also come with the like bouquet wrapping. So there's like crepe paper. Crepe paper.
It's French.
It's French.
It's a crepe.
Crepe paper surrounding it, so it's like, and it's got a big bow on it. It's very nice. But you have this display box as well. They're really great. I read someone who responded to one of our social posts about them that she receives a different one each year, but she takes them out and puts them out as like a Valentine's Day decoration each year. So like in her dining room she might have a bouquet of corgis on the dining room table, and then in the kitchen she might have dragons.
Yep.
Things like that. So I thought that was really cool, and she gets a different one each year. And we have a bunch of new ones. The Star Wars one has been renewed, sort of refreshed. So there's a big old porg right in there.
It's a long. This is a long stem porg.
Oh, this is a long stem porg.
We don't deal with short stem porg. So it's a long stem porg, Chewbacca, BB-8, R2-D2, Wicket, Leia, Han Solo, Yoda, and Darth Vader. There's also a Darth Vader standalone version, I believe, and some droids that are from previous years. We've got a few of those left. So check those out. They are great.
Yep. I showed you guys the corgis that has 3 different corgi. I'll just show it to you again. 3 different corgi colors. We've got kittens also in 3 different colors. We've got dragons if you're more fantastical. But my favorite is actually the planetary one, which is all of the planets in our solar system and dwarf planet Pluto and also the sun. which surprisingly I had to spell out for people. People didn't know what the big yellow one was.
The big yellow one is the sun.
It's the sun, my friend.
That's a Brian Regan joke.
Also, people were very upset that they were not to scale, and I just said, but that's not how that works.
That's just not how
it's
this
very
works.
hard to make a whole solar system fit in a bouquet.
Yeah.
Right, but even if you made the Jupiter would just, you would just get a plush Jupiter and then some
specs.
Some marbles.
Some marbles.
Okay.
So they're very cool, and they're all available on our gift center at ThinkGeek.com. I am wearing this hat that I love, and I am wearing it because it is now available on our website, and it has a bunch of, I'm looking down so you can see, LED stars in it, and then it's on a background of a picture of a galaxy. It is available on our site right now, and honestly...
Bianca's eyes are gone.
Yeah, Bianca.
Honestly, it's perfect for nighttime running. One, because you're going to blend in because it's nighttime and there's stars. Haha, get it. But also, visibility.
Because nobody will run you over.
No one will run you over, and we care about your safety here.
Yeah. So this is kind of the inverse of the twinkling star skirt. It goes on your head.
It goes on your head.
The next product that we've got out this week is this lovely hoodie, which I'm modeling so beautifully today. I am very cozy. I did see somebody post some comment earlier that said it looks like a very cozy hoodie. It is a very cozy hoodie. It's very soft and very warm. Also very purple and very dinosaur. So this is an Apatosaurus hoodie from our buddies over at the Smithsonian.
Just down the road.
Just down the road, right down the street from us in DC. It is reminiscent of the hoodie that Dustin wears in Stranger Things Season 2. Only ours has an Apatosaurus.
An Apatosaurus.
And it's from the Smithsonian.
Yes. You may ask, what is an Apatosaurus? An Apatosaurus is what you probably learned was Brontosaurus. Early in the 20th century.
But you learned wrong.
Yeah, early in the 20th century, scientists were like, hey, Brontosauruses are actually Apatosauruses, but then everybody in school was like, nah, Brontosauruses are better. And so that's how we ended up with that. So whenever you think about that long-necked thing from the land before time.
With the tiny, minuscule, ludicrously small head.
Yes, that is an Apatosaurus. And that's what's on this beautiful sweatshirt. And then underneath it, it says Deceptive Lizard, which was my favorite tagline.
And then it says Smithsonian. So you could own one of these and you could look awesome in it too.
You could look awesome in it too. They're available now on ThinkGeek.com.
And finally, what do we have back here?
We've got...
You just put your hat upon.
Besides Evie also.
Besides also, there's who I did not put in the script.
It's okay. I got Evie.
She's just cute, and she makes her noise if you squeeze her.
So what we have here is the Valentine Detective Agency bundle that we're selling on ThinkGeek.com. It is exclusive to us, so if you like it, then this is the only place we get it. And also, thematically appropriate because it is Valentine's Day coming up. You're going to make that talk the whole time, aren't you?
Evie!
Do you know how to make it do things? There you go.
There we go. I couldn't find the button.
Alright, so it comes in this really awesome box with the red foil text. Jeff, I'm gonna kill you. Inside, everyone's favorite follower, Nick Valentine right there. It comes with a shirt with Nick Valentine on it, and it's sort of espousing his detective agency. And then...
Advertising even.
Advertising. Look, it's been a day.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Nothing matters on Friday.
And then this really awesome Fallout Vault Boy, what is a non-branded small journal that is made out of leather?
Like a notebook?
Like a notebook that's made out of...
Oh, a notebook!
For taking detective notes.
There is a branded term for these sort of books, and it's very similar to those.
Is it a notebook?
No. But yes. It's a small pocket notebook. You can maybe write down your quest objectives in here. I don't know. You could write a lot of things.
All the clues you found.
There's a Valentine Detective Agency pin.
Yeah, I got it close.
Yeah, put that in the close up.
Maybe. Up, there. Hold on. I forgot to put the mic in that scene, so we can't use it. Never mind, I got a picture of it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can't really. Do you have a picture
Yeah,
of
it's
the
right
light?
here.
Excellent, because
Perfect.
this is not coming out. There's also a really, really cool LED light that advertises
Look at that.
the Valentine Detective Agency.
Sort of.
That's my favorite part of it.
It does sort of look like a neon light, almost like you would see on a window.
It's a neon light,
kind of reminiscent of that.
You can choose the color,
Mm-hmm.
so that's pretty cool. So you can match it maybe to your PC gaming setup, which is what I would do. Anyway, it's really cool. It's also an excellent Valentine's gift, one, because of the name, and two, because Valentine's is coming up, and it's just full of cool stuff.
Yeah, because it's just awesome, and you'd love to get this as a gift, so it's a good gift to give.
Yeah.
And the next thing we have is this. We have an Eevee.
Little Eevee.
Guys, I got a lovely photo of it, and someone really special to me is in it.
Is it you?
That's me. That's
That's
my
you.
long hair. But yeah.
Okay, so that's you, and is this sort of part of your portfolio to become the ThinkGeek official cuddle model?
That's my goal, but you know, it's a long journey. You got to start somewhere. Cuddle those Eevees, you know.
That's a good place to start, honestly.
Hashtag cuddle those Eevees.
Hashtag cuddle those Eevees. So anyway, as you can see, we have a lot of really cool stuff. There's a whole bunch of new things on the website that we didn't even get to cover because we talked too long about CES. And I didn't even get to talk about the demon robot dog that definitely doesn't have a gun in its arm.
Well, why don't you look at some comments? I'll pull some winners, and then we'll bid everyone adieu.
Yeah, you guys ready to win some stuff?
Win some stuff. Alright, look in those comments.
Let's see. We've got a lot of comments. We appreciate all of you watching.
I heart dinosaurs, love it. What makes it deceptive? I don't know the answer to that. I looked at it and I was like, that's a weird thing for a sweatshirt to say, but I love it.
Is it a lizard or a bird is my question.
The Apatosaurus?
Are dinosaurs birds?
It's a birdazard.
Yeah. It's a birdazard.
Question here from Alicia. What size hoodie do I wear? This is a large.
That's a large.
And I'm like 5'11". Let's see.
Lots of people defending the Brontosaurus. I appreciate it. Look, that's what I learned in school. I'm just saying that we're kind of wrong.
Yeah, it's okay to be wrong. Like, just it happens sometimes. Wanted dinos instead of Barbies growing up. Dinosaurs were great toys as a kid. I had a lot of them. They were great. The Eevee is adorable. Patrick sent his wife. It says bouquet of the corgis.
Oh, good choice.
Hoping she wants it so I can buy it. It's great.
It's a good choice. I mean, if you can't buy her, oh boy,
she's a loud girl.
She is a loud girl. If you can't buy her a bunch of real corgis, just like 12 live corgis, that would be adorable. But this is the next best thing, and this one won't poop all over your couch.
That's true. True. Jaden making a comment about the Ankylosaurus. Says voted for the Apatosaurus because of the hoodie. Well, I mean, obviously the Apatosaurus is great, but the Ankylosaurus is great with that big mace on the end of its tail and the armor and the spikes. It's a very
I
good
thought
one.
that you were making up the name of this dinosaur and
No.
trying to do a Kylo Ren joke, and I was like, where the heck is he going with this?
No.
And instead I learned that there's this cool new dinosaur that
It's
I don't
like
know about.
the Ankylosaurus is like the size of a tank. It's a big dinosaur. It's low. It's like got short like legs that are short in comparison to its body, and this sort of like carapace thing on the back of it, and a long tail that has a big ball on the end of it.
I think I know what you're talking about, and I've seen
It's a very good big dinosaur. Let's see. Lined pages or blank in the notebook. They are lined.
Lined.
They are lined. Let's see.
Have we gotten back to...
Thank you, Jess. Appreciate the note about the shoes.
Have we gotten back to my personal favorite round of Spank the Yeti?
Everyone said you're wrong.
In which I chose correctly, and all of you were wrong.
That's not true. You had like 1 or 2 supporters.
Thank you, people, whoever you are out
yes.
there.
Actually, the ears move on the Eevee. It has a button on the chest, and you squeeze the button, and the ears twitch as a result, and it says Eevee.
I want to plug the best part of this Eevee that you didn't mention.
Oh, yeah?
And that's the part that... So, obviously, we have the English Eevee, but you can set it to French Eevee. And it sounds completely different, and I love it. I've never listened, watched, heard Pokemon in French, but boy, now do I want to watch it.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, Erin, did you pick some winners?
Of course I did.
All right, let's give away some stuff. We did not announce what it was earlier, so let me just go ahead and say
what did you win?
We're giving away 2 Apatosaurus hoodies.
Yay.
Oh wow, Evie really likes that.
Evie likes that. I put it in the description of the contest.
Great.
So people should have known.
Well, if you didn't read it and you're just watching our beautiful faces, as you should always be, now you know. It's 2 Apatosaurus hoodies.
One to each person.
Yes.
You don't get 2.
You don't get 2.
Okay. Our first winner is Anthony H.
Anthony H.
Anthony's favorite dinosaur is the Brachiosaurus.
Excellent choice.
And then our second winner is Heidi S.
Heidi,
and
congratulations.
Heidi says the Apatosaurus is her favorite. So
well, look.
Very good dinosaur
we're gonna
choices.
hook you up.
I'm really surprised that nobody picked the pterodactyl. I'm not gonna lie, like I really thought that would have been one.
That's my favorite. We know this.
The pterodactyl is a great dinosaur because obviously
it flies. Yeah.
It's like a dinosaur bat bird thing.
I like the Titanosaurus, and I saw it when I was in New York, and they can't even fit it in one room. It's literally in 3 different rooms in this giant museum because it's so big they can't fit it in one.
My favorite is probably the Stegosaurus. The Stegosaurus is a good one.
I thought you just said that your favorite was the pterodactyl. You can't.
No, I'm surprised that people didn't pick the pterodactyl.
Okay,
that's all.
Sure.
The pterodactyl is a very good dinosaur.
It is a very good dinosaur.
But it's not the Stegosaurus.
All dinosaurs are good.
11 out of 10 Bront.
Listen, we've got a lot of other people.
Hey!
All right.
11 out of 10, they're good dinosaurs.
These are good
Brontosaurus.
These are good dinos.
They are great. Great dinosaurs.
Are we done now?
We're done, I think. Let's say that we're done. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. If you're over here on the East Coast, enjoy this bizarrely odd warm weather. It's 70 degrees here. Why? Who knows? It was 6 the other day, but now it's 70.
I don't know. It's going to be a good weekend over here. We hope that you guys have a good one too. We'll be back next week, except I won't be here, so I won't be back. But other people will be back.
Probably. We're going to eat a bunch of meat for our post-holiday party, so...
Oh, yes.
Who could say?
ThinkGeek hosts their holiday party in January because during the holidays we're all busy working, so our holiday party is next week. I won't be here, unfortunately. Very sad to miss
the meat
smorgasbord, but hopefully maybe we'll be around. But if not, you can always reach us on social. Facebook, at ThinkGeek for Twitter, at ThinkGeek for Instagram. We're always around, and have an excellent weekend.
See you next week.
See ya.